Hi, I'm Roxy. 3 months ago, I created a digital Scratchboard product, and I've now made an add-on for that product, which you can use to transform how it looks, and you'll have the opportunity to grab the whole updated product for the low price of free if you act fast. I'll get into how to download and install it later in the video, but right now let me just take you through what it originally was and how I've upgraded it. So after discovering the existence of rainbow scratchboards, I decided to make a digital version for Corel Painter, Clip Studio Paint, Krita, Paintstorm Studio, Photoshop, Procreate, and Rebelle. And it's got two parts to it, the file and the brush. The file itself has 3 layers. The first layer is just an instructional layer, which you can hide. The bottom layer is the prismatic background, which I painted specifically for this. And then above that is a mask layer, which is what you paint on to reveal the prismatic background. And then, of course, you get the brush, Roxy Scratcher, and well, you can use any brush you want. I mean, you can even use an airbrush or whatever, but the Scratcher brush, I designed this specifically to look like the kind of marks that you would see on a scratchboard. So that was the original product. Now, 3 months later, this is a file that I've been playing around with. You'll see it doesn't only have the prismatic background. I started by creating this gold background. For interest's sake, I painted this using the new metal technology from Rebelle Pro 7. And I do have brushes for that, so I'll put a link in the description to a brush pack if you're interested in that. But I ended up creating a whole bunch more, not just the gold. So let me quickly take you through it. So we've got prismatic background that we started with. I've renamed that to prismatic warm, and then I've got a cooler version, cooler in temperature. And then we've got a psychedelic warm version, a psychedelic cooler version, purple, cyan and blue, very pale cyan and pale green, a grassy color. Then we've got our gold, copper, fiery, and like a peachy, florally kind of layer. Now, I wanted to export all the files with these papers inside them, but the file sizes worked out a little bit too big. Gumroad has a file size limit of 250 megs for free files, so I had to basically include the extra papers as a separate zip file, so you'll find them here, and all you need to do is pull them into your file, but just make sure that they are sitting below the mask layer, and then you can toggle them on and off to see which paper suits you best, which one you want to use, which one looks best. And the nice part is you can do the whole drawing, let's say in the gold, and then change your mind at the end and decide it looks better in the peach. Now, if you want to make your own papers, and why not, then I just have 2 tips for you. The first tip is to use a soft brush, or at least something that you can kind of smudge around and make nice little gradients with. If you use a hard brush, then when you enable that mask, you can actually see the separations of color, the bands of color, and it doesn't look attractive. So grab yourself maybe an airbrush instead, or some kind of blender that you can just break up the edges a little bit, and then it doesn't look too bad. You can get away with almost any color. Let's grab a purple and put that into the scene, and because it's soft, it blends in to everything else. The other tip that I can suggest is if you have a look at the top left corner, there's a grayscale representation of what's going on over here, and you'll notice that it's not very contrasty at all. The values are quite samey, and that's by design. If you have very different values, like let's say, for example, let's grab this peach and darken it up, and let's grab this light color, make it even lighter. If we re-enable the mask, you'll see that the dark values create a faux kind of shadow, and the lighter values almost look like a highlight. And that interferes with your ability to have the lighting how you want. You know, ideally in a line drawing such as this, you indicate where the light source is, or where the light source is shining on by densely packing your strokes together, and where the shadows are, you kind of make them sparse. So when the values are very contrasty, that just interferes with your idea for the lighting. Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. If you don't already own this product, you can grab it on either Gumroad or QBrush, whichever you prefer. If you have no preference, Gumroad is the bigger platform of the two with the widest variety of stuff you can buy. QBrush has less variety, but it's all art and 3D stuff, so both are good. If you're watching this video within 1 week of it going live, then it's free. So just put a 0 in the price field, or another number if you're feeling generous. If you're watching this video later, then the starting price will be $2. So you'll need to put a minimum of at least $2, and then you'll be able to get the file. And I should mention that I do these freebies fairly often. So if you like free stuff, I know I do, then after you've subscribed, hit the drop down menu and select all. That sets your notifications to all, so you'll be notified every time I drop a new video. Anyway, once you've completed the transaction, whether free or not, you'll be able to download the zip files. There's a zip file for each program and a separate zip file for all the new papers. For those of you that already own the product and you just want the papers, you'll log into whichever platform you bought it from. If Gumroad, then you'll find the product in your library and you can download just the extra paper zip. Same if you bought it from QBrush, you can access your purchase library by clicking on this icon. You find the product and you download the extra papers.zip. Hope you have fun with it. I'll end off the video with a time lapse of this goldfish that I painted or drew. But first, let me thank my dear patrons. Appreciate you so much. And thank you for watching. Much obliged if you leave a like and subscribe. And remember to hit that bell notification if you want to be notified of when I post videos, so you don't miss out on those fairly regular freebies that I do. But that's it. Until the next one, God bless.